Shalom Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. And salutations to all Akim out there pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. I'm the brother Shamar Ahmad from GMS Miami. Alright, coming to you Akim with another video, alright? This video is going to be entitled Simple Fact. So-called white man, also known as the Redman, is Esau. Okay, because throughout history and throughout biblical history and circular history, it's been proven that Edom is a so-called white man. Okay, like we know, the word Edom means red. All right, which let me get it real quick so you can know the Strongs. Alright. Alright. Because the self-proclaimed white man, always tries to make it seem like, okay, he's not the biblical Edomites. All right, he could be everybody else. All right, he could play like he's Jacob all he wants. He acts like he's Israel. All right, he could play Moab, Ammon, everybody under the sun except an Edomite. When it comes down to being Esau, all right, he wants to run as far away from his true identity as possible, man. Okay, committing identity theft, but yet wants to arrest everyone who in his society who commits that identity theft. Okay, so the Strong's definition, okay, the Strong's number is H123, Edom, and it reads Adam, Adam. Well, that's what it says. Okay, which that's let me see. Yeah, that's what it says right there. Which Adawam is how you say Edom, alright? Edomites, alright? But it says for Edom red, okay? Edom, Idumean, descendants of Esau, alright? So you Edomites, alright? You red people, alright? Because the word Esau means red, and that was the name given to Esau, alright? Red. You're the red man, alright? And the only people on the face of the earth that's red, as you see, okay, is the Edomites, man, the so-called white people. All right, they act like they're white, but yet the shirts that they wear are white. Okay, the walls that they stand in front of are white, but they themselves, okay, are red. Okay, you slap them, they turn red. They go sit in the sun, they get sunburned, they turn red. They blush, they turn red. Okay, but I got a few precepts. All right, this is Genesis 25, and I started 25, and it reads, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bared them. And the boys grew old, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And that characteristic right there shows you the two traits between the two children, man. Esau being the Edomites, because as when you go to Genesis, what was that? Genesis 36. Get it real quick. Genesis 36 and 8. It reads, thus dwelt Esau and Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. All right. So right there, we know that the so-called white man, not only is he the Edomites, which is the Redman, and we just went into the Strong's H123 that showed that Edom descends from Esau. Okay, to prove that what? The simple fact that you so-called white people, all right, you are the biblical Edomites and you are of the nation of Esau, man. All right, it's all good, man. Okay, you don't gotta be mad at us because we tell you the truth, man. Okay, you don't gotta hate us. All right. So going back to Genesis 25 and 27, the two characteristics, Esau being a cunning hunter and the man of the field. Okay, and you look at that, the so-called Caucasian race, they're the ones majority of the times, okay, out in the field killing for sport. All right, because as you read in Genesis, their blessing was the sword, man. and that being their blessing and their characteristic is that they was cunning hunter. It fits them, man. All right, and that's why they are able to be such cunning hunters as they are. You see them in the swamps with the, you know, and or in the forests and stuff, using the duck whistles and shit to call the ducks out, you know, etc., or the elk whistles, all right, etc. But here it is, Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, and that shows you the characteristics of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites, man. Okay, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Okay, and Jacob was the father, all right, of the 12 tribes. Okay, and they were what? Plain men dwelling in tents, and that's the characteristics you see. Jake always want to chill out and be at home, man, while Esau always wants to be out in the fields. All right, this is the Bible, bro. All right, this is the Bible. All right. So let's keep reading Genesis 25 and 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. Okay. And when you read on, it tells you that Esau sold his birthright to his brother Jacob, man. Okay. Now I want to jump to Genesis 27 to also show you another characteristic of the so-called white man. All right, to prove that the so-called white man is the Edomites, man. All right, this is Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay, so Esau had a hatred for the Israelites, man, and you see that time and time. All right, time and time again throughout history, man, throughout secular history. Race it, even to the foundation thereof. Let's get that real quick. Was that Psalms? This is Psalms 137, verse 7. And it reads, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof." All right, because Esau still carried that hatred, all right, that he had towards towards Jacob. He carried it from generation to generation, man. Okay, and the scriptures already done told you that the Lord the Lord separated us, man, from the womb. made us two completely different people, man. Two completely different nations. And that hatred stemmed from the womb, man. Because when you read, your children was striving together, right? They was to the point of killing each other, man. Okay. Let me get another point in history to show the hatred that Esau had towards the nation of Israel. Okay. Because you see it today, man. So-called white man, self-proclaimed white man, he hates the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, hates them with the utmost passion, man. All right. Yeah, Salaki, bear with me. I'll try to find this real quick. Judith. Alright, as I find this, bear with me. Alright, I found it. Alright. This is the book of Judith, chapter 7, alright, and verse 8. Then came unto him, alright, the hymn is speaking of Holofernes, the captain of I believe it was the Babylonian Empire army, I believe. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau. Esau is who? Esau is Edom. And who is that? The so-called white man. Alright. And all the governors of the people of Moab, and the captains, and the Moabites are the Chinese fucks, alright, them gooks. And the captain of the sea coast, and said, let our Lord now hear a word, that there be not an overthrow in thine army. For this people of the children of Israel do not trust in their spheres, but in the height of the mountains wherein they dwell, because it is not easy to come up to the tops of their mountains. Now, therefore, my Lord, fight not against them in battle array, and there shall not so much as one man of thine people perish. Remain in thy camp, and keep all the men of thine army, and let thy servants get into their hands the fountains of water, which issueth forth of the foot of the mountain. For all the inhabitants of Bethuel have their water thence, so shall thirst kill them, and they shall give up their city, and we and our people shall go up to the tops of the mountains that are near, and will camp upon them to watch that none go out of the city. So they and their wives and their children shall be consumed with famine, and before the sword come against them, they shall be overthrown in the streets where they dwell. Thus shalt thou render them an evil reward, because they rebelled and met not thy person peaceably. All right, and these were the words of who, man? The words of Esau, Edom, all right, and the surrounding nations, man. All right, but you see how Esau was the first one. That reminds me of Psalms 83, okay, because Esau was the first nation named, man. Okay. Verse 16. And these words pleased Holofernes and his servants, and he appointed to do as they had spoken. So the camp of the children of Ammon departed, and with them 5,000 of the Syrians. And they pitched in the valley, and took the waters and the fountains of the waters from the children of Israel. Then the children of Esau went up with the children of Ammon, and camped in the hill country over against Doth Dothima, and they sent some of them towards the south and towards the east, over against Ekrabel, which is near unto Chusai, that is upon the brook Makaro. And the rest of the army of the Assyrians camped in the plains and covered the face of the whole land. Their tents and carriages were pitched to the very great multitude. All right. So this is how that's another way to identify who the biblical Edomites are, man. All right. Just for the simple fact of how biblical history shows how Esau dealt with the nation of Israel, man, with pure hatred, man. All right, with pure hatred. Okay, always and forever will have a pure hatred. It will always be a great gulf between us, man. All right, and that shows in their characteristics. Okay, how they look at us, they belittle us with their looks. All right, towards us, they belittle us. Okay, they talk down upon us. All right, and everybody always wonders why the so-called self-proclaimed white man is acting like that towards the quote-unquote black races, not the black races, the quote-unquote Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. It's because the so-called white man, the self-proclaimed white man, the so-called Redman, which he is actually red, all right, the so-called Caucasians, all right, they are the biblical Edomites, man, and that's just a simple fact, all right. So with that, Lord's will, this video is edifying. All right, again, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.